I want to get to the Brady Tkachuk stuff, but I'll begin with Sergei Bobrovsky to the Maple Leafs. Have you written about that yet?
I have
Because there
not.
are some rumors out there that the Leafs could be kicking tires if he's not going to return to Florida.
I have a free agents that I like for the Leafs. He did not make the 10 that I have.
Okay, how would you respond, though, if it happened?
It depends what the contract is.
Something huge may be happening behind the scenes, and hockey fans cannot stop talking about it. A rumor is spreading fast, one that could completely change the Toronto Maple Leafs before the new season even begins. Nothing is official yet, but the signs have everyone paying attention. The real story is even more surprising than most fans expected. The Toronto Maple Leafs may be getting ready for one of the biggest decisions of their offseason. Right now, many fans are talking about one name, Sergei Bobrovsky. Reports say Toronto could be looking at the veteran goalie after making changes to its own goaltending group. This has started a huge discussion across the hockey world. While nothing has been officially announced, the rumor has become one of the hottest stories around the NHL. So why is everyone suddenly talking about Bobrovsky and the Maple Leafs? It all started after Toronto moved goaltender Joseph Woll. That move created a big question for the team. Who will be the number one goalie? Every team that wants to compete for the Stanley Cup needs strong goaltending, and many fans believe the Maple Leafs still need the right player to lead them in net. Because of that, trade rumors have started to grow very quickly. One of the biggest reasons this story became so popular is because respected NHL insider Elliotte Friedman has discussed Bobrovsky as a possible fit for Toronto. Reports referencing his comments suggest that the Maple Leafs could explore this option. It is important to remember that this does not mean a trade has been completed. There has been no official announcement from either team. At this point, it remains a rumor, but it is a rumor that has many fans excited. Sergei Bobrovsky is not just another goalie. He is one of the most experienced players in the league. During his NHL career, he has earned a reputation for making big saves when his team needs him the most. His experience in pressure-filled games is one reason many people believe he could help a team like Toronto. The Maple Leafs have a talented roster, but many fans feel that strong goaltending has been missing during some important playoff moments. Now, let's look at the biggest question. Why would the Florida Panthers even think about moving Sergei Bobrovsky? Right now, there is no official confirmation that Florida is trading him. However, reports have suggested that teams around the NHL are watching his situation closely. Because of his age and his expensive contract, some people believe Florida could listen if the right offer comes along. That idea has helped fuel the rumors connecting Bobrovsky to Toronto. If the Maple Leafs decide to make a move, they would be getting much more than an experienced goalie. Bobrovsky has played in many big games during his NHL career. He knows what it feels like to perform under pressure, and that is something Toronto has been searching for. The Maple Leafs have talented forwards and a strong roster, but many fans believe the team needs steadier goaltending to make a deeper playoff run. Supporters of this rumor think Bobrovsky could give the team that missing piece. But there are also good reasons to be careful. Bobrovsky's contract is one of the biggest challenges. The NHL salary cap makes every dollar important, and Toronto would have to find a way to make the numbers work. That could mean moving other players or making additional changes to the roster. Even if both teams like the idea, building a trade that works for everyone would not be simple. Another question is whether Bobrovsky would actually be the best long-term answer. He has achieved a lot in his career, but he is also one of the older starting goalies in the league. Some fans believe his experience is exactly what Toronto needs right now. Others wonder if the Maple Leafs should invest in a younger goalie who could stay with the team for many years. That is why opinions are divided. Some people love the idea, while others think the risks are too high. For now, the most important thing to remember is that this story is still based on rumors and speculation. Neither the Maple Leafs nor the Panthers have announced a trade, and Bobrovsky has not confirmed that he is leaving Florida. Until something official happens, fans should treat every new report carefully. Still, this rumor has already become one of the biggest NHL stories because it raises an exciting question. Could Sergei Bobrovsky be the goalie who finally helps the Maple Leafs take the next step? Or will Toronto choose a completely different path? Only the coming days will give us the real answer, and hockey fans everywhere will be watching very closely.
Show the NHLPA has told the NHL they want to go through with an investigation into Mike Babcock before he can be hired by the Edmonton Oilers. We get the latest Wednesday from our hockey insider Pierre LeBrun. The NHL is moving ahead with its investigation on Mike Babcock and events in Columbus. Darren Dreger adds this: there's no timeline on how quickly this can be carried out. The Oilers are aware of this. Players involved, etc. in 2023 will have to be interviewed. If Babcock were to back out at this stage, a league source says there would be no reason to investigate.
Everything looked finished. The Edmonton Oilers appeared ready to make a major move that could change the future of the franchise. Then, without warning, a new development stopped everyone in their tracks. Suddenly, fans, players, and hockey insiders were all talking about the same thing. What seemed like a simple coaching search has now turned into one of the biggest NHL stories of the offseason. The Edmonton Oilers entered this offseason with one clear goal. They needed to find the right coach to help the team take the next step. After another disappointing end to their season, there was pressure on the organization to make a strong decision. For a while, it looked like the Oilers had found their answer. Reports began linking the team to veteran coach Mike Babcock, a name that hockey fans know very well. Mike Babcock has one of the most successful coaching resumes in NHL history. He won a Stanley Cup with the Detroit Red Wings and spent many years coaching some of the league's biggest stars. His experience, leadership, and history of winning made him an attractive option for a team that wants to compete for a championship right now. For many Oilers fans, the idea made sense. The team has elite talent, and bringing in an experienced coach seemed like a logical move. But then, the story took an unexpected turn. As reports about Edmonton's interest in Babcock continued to spread, the NHL Players Association stepped into the spotlight. Instead of simply allowing the hiring process to move forward, the union reportedly called for a review of Babcock's past controversies before any final decision could be made. Suddenly, what looked like a routine coaching search became one of the biggest stories in hockey. The reason goes back to events that happened during Babcock's short time with the Columbus Blue Jackets. In 2023, concerns were raised by players regarding interactions involving personal phone photos. The situation quickly became a major topic across the league. Soon after, Babcock resigned from his position before coaching a regular season game for Columbus. Even though several years have passed, that controversy has never completely disappeared. The Oilers are not a team that can afford to waste time. They have two of the best players in the world, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Every season that ends without a Stanley Cup creates more pressure on the organization. Fans want results, management wants results, and most importantly, the players want results. That is why this coaching search matters so much. When a team is trying to win a championship, every decision is important. The head coach sets the culture, manages the locker room, and helps guide the team through difficult moments. If the Oilers choose the wrong coach, it could have serious consequences. But if they find the right coach, it could help push the team closer to the championship they have been chasing for years. The NHLPA's reported request for a review has now added another layer of uncertainty. Instead of focusing only on hockey decisions, the conversation has shifted toward trust, leadership, and player relationships. Around the league, many fans and analysts are debating whether bringing Babcock back would be worth the risk. Some supporters believe his experience could be exactly what Edmonton needs. They point to his winning history and his ability to manage talented teams. They argue that successful coaches are difficult to find and that the Oilers should focus on results. Others see the situation very differently. They believe that modern NHL locker rooms require strong communication and strong relationships between coaches and players. For them, any concerns raised by players deserve serious attention. That is one reason why the NHLPA's involvement has become such a major talking point. As the debate continues, Oilers fans have found themselves split into different groups. Some want the organization to move forward with Babcock. Others want Edmonton to look elsewhere and avoid the controversy altogether. No matter which side fans support, one thing is clear. This story is no longer just about hiring a coach. It is about the direction of the entire franchise. For now, many questions remain unanswered. Will the Oilers continue pursuing Mike Babcock? Will concerns from the past affect the final decision? And how will players inside the organization view whatever choice management ultimately makes? The answers could shape Edmonton's future for years to come. What seemed like a simple coaching search has turned into one of the biggest offseason stories in hockey. The spotlight is now firmly on the Oilers, and every move they make will be watched closely. The next decision could bring stability, create more controversy, or completely change the path of the franchise. And until that decision arrives, the uncertainty surrounding Edmonton's coaching search is only getting bigger.
And when you give Mitch Marner of the world and Eichel all that much time, they're going to make you pay, and they did in the second period.
My goodness, Mitchie Marner magic. That's it, Leaves. Let's go to break.
That's the comment.
Let's go to break.
That's
I'm done.
It's the fastest hat trick in Stanley Cup final history. Marner gets the hat trick in 6 minutes and 10 seconds.
Amazing.
In the Stanley Cup final.
Unbelievable, actually. One of the greatest performances, one of the greatest periods in Stanley Cup final history for sure. But you can't give Marner that much time. He had ice all over. I don't know what happened to Carolina.
A performance so incredible just changed the way hockey fans look at Mitch Marner forever. Records fell, history was made, and one superstar delivered when the pressure was at its highest. What happened on the biggest stage in hockey has everyone talking, and the full impact of this historic night is only starting to be understood. Mitch Marner has always been known as one of the most talented players in the NHL. Fans have praised his skill, vision, and ability to create big plays. But in Stanley Cup Final Game 3, Marner did something far bigger than score goals. He delivered a historic performance that may become one of the defining moments of his entire career. On the biggest stage in hockey, with millions of fans watching, Marner stepped onto the ice carrying high expectations. The Stanley Cup Final is where careers are remembered. It is where legends are created. Every shift matters. Every mistake is noticed. Every great moment becomes part of hockey history. And on this night, Mitch Marner gave fans a moment they may never forget. For years, Marner has been one of the NHL's most productive players. He has collected points, helped his teams win games, and earned the respect of teammates and opponents throughout the league. But like many star players, he has also faced criticism. Some people wondered if he could deliver his very best when the pressure reached its highest level. Those questions became louder every time the playoffs arrived. Fans wanted to see Marner take over games. They wanted to see him dominate on the sport's biggest stage. They wanted to see the type of performance that would instantly become part of NHL history. That is exactly what happened. From the beginning of Game 3, Marner looked different. His confidence was obvious. His energy was high. Every time he touched the puck, it felt like something exciting might happen. Opposing defenders struggled to contain him, and his teammates seemed to feed off the energy he brought to the ice. Then came the moment that changed everything. Marner completed a historic hat trick and officially set a new Stanley Cup final record. His 3 goals came faster than any hat trick ever recorded in Stanley Cup final history. Think about how incredible that is. Generations of hockey legends have played in the final. Hall of Fame players have competed on this stage. Yet, it was Mitch Marner who found a way to accomplish something nobody else had ever done. That achievement immediately captured the attention of the hockey world. Fans flooded social media with reactions. Analysts discussed the record on television. Former players praised the performance. Everywhere hockey was being talked about, Mitch Marner's name was at the center of the conversation. When star players perform at their highest level, teammates gain confidence. Energy spreads through the lineup. Belief grows stronger. That is exactly what happened as Vegas built momentum behind Marner's incredible play. The Golden Knights benefited from his leadership, his skill, and his ability to deliver in key moments. That is what separates very good players from truly special players. Special players rise when the pressure rises. And on this night, Mitch Marner looked like one of the most dangerous players in the world. As the game moved forward, the pressure around him only increased. The stakes became bigger. The emotions became stronger. Yet Marner continued playing with the same calm approach that helped him make history earlier in the game. That ability to stay focused under pressure is one reason why so many people respect his game. Some players perform well when everything is going perfectly. Others perform well when things become difficult. The greatest players often find a way to shine no matter what is happening around them. That is why this performance has become such a major talking point. Fans are not only celebrating the goals, they're celebrating the way Marner handled the moment. The Stanley Cup final creates pressure unlike anything else in hockey. Every game carries enormous importance. Every shift can influence a championship. Every player feels the weight of the moment. Yet Marner embraced that challenge. Instead of becoming nervous, he became stronger. Instead of playing cautiously, he attacked. Instead of fading into the background, he became the center of attention. That is what makes this performance so memorable. Years from now, fans may not remember every detail of the game, but they will remember that Mitch Marner made history on one of hockey's biggest stages. They will remember that he delivered a record-breaking hat trick. They will remember that he helped his team during a crucial Stanley Cup final game. And they will remember that when the spotlight was brightest, Mitch Marner proved he belonged there. Now the hockey world waits to see what happens next. Can Marner continue building on this momentum? Can he help lead his team all the way to a championship? Can this historic performance become the beginning of an even greater story? Those answers will come with time. But one thing is already certain. Mitch Marner did not simply have a great night. He delivered a performance that may define his legacy, strengthen his reputation, and secure his place in Stanley Cup final history for many years to come. And that is why hockey fans everywhere are still talking about it.
Well, what puts Lane Hutson among the league's elites is his incredible game-breaking abilities we see from him night after night. To me, he's become the most exciting D-man to watch on a nightly basis for many reasons. One, it's the incredible hockey IQ, the way he impacts the game offensively. Just when you think he's going to make a play that you see as the obvious one, he makes one that just blows people's minds. I mean, he's at the edge of, he's got you on the edge of your seat every game because he's making plays basically out of nothing. He's got ankle-breaking abilities.
Everybody laughed at Lane Hutson when he entered the NHL. Scouts said he was too small, too weak, and not built for hockey at the highest level. But now, the entire NHL is starting to panic. Canadiens fans believe they may have found their next superstar defenseman. And after what one top NHL insider just revealed, people are asking a terrifying question. Did the league make a huge mistake by passing on Lane Hutson? Lane Hutson was never supposed to become this good. That is what makes his story so unbelievable. For years, NHL scouts looked at Hutson and saw one big problem: his size. At only 5'9", many teams believed he was simply too small to survive in the NHL. Some scouts thought bigger players would destroy him physically, while others believed he could never defend against the league's best stars. Because of those doubts, team after team passed on him during the NHL draft. Lane Hutson had to sit there and watch dozens of players get selected before him. In the end, the Montreal Canadiens picked him 62nd overall in the second round. At the time, almost nobody believed it was a franchise-changing move. But now, that draft decision may become one of the biggest steals in modern NHL history. Over the last year, Hutson has completely shocked the hockey world. Instead of struggling, he has become one of the most exciting young defensemen in the entire NHL. His skating looks elite, his passing is dangerous, and his hockey IQ looks unbelievable for such a young player. And the scary part is that he keeps getting better. This season, Hutson exploded offensively and started putting up numbers that even superstar defensemen would respect. He became one of Montreal's biggest offensive weapons and quickly turned into a fan favorite. Every game, Canadiens fans started seeing something special, not just a good young player, but a future superstar. Many fans are already comparing Hutson to Canadiens legend PK Subban. Some are even saying Hutson could become better offensively. That is how crazy the hype has become. But what makes this story even more powerful is how personal it feels for hockey fans. People love underdog stories. They love watching doubted players prove everybody wrong. And that is exactly what Lane Hutson is doing right now. Every point he scores, every highlight play he creates, and every game he dominates feels like revenge against every scout that doubted him. That is what makes the rest of the NHL nervous. Lane Hutson is only 21 years old, and he is already playing like a future superstar. The numbers alone are unbelievable. This season, Hutson became one of the highest scoring young defensemen in hockey and proved he could completely change games with his speed and vision. But statistics only tell part of the story. The real reason hockey fans are losing their minds over Lane Hutson is the way he plays. Every time he touches the puck, something exciting feels ready to happen. He moves across the ice with confidence, escapes pressure easily, and somehow always finds passing lanes that other players cannot even see. That feeling became even stronger during the playoffs. When the pressure got bigger, Hutson did not disappear, he got better. He scored huge goals, created massive moments, and became one of Montreal's most dangerous players on the ice. One playoff overtime goal instantly exploded online, and fans could not stop talking about him